A very good afternoon to you all and welcome from me, Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, to Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. This Monday, the 11th day of November 2024. We are coming to you live online and on air from Broadcast House here on Nile Avenue. We begin in Kisoro, where Minister for ICT and National Guidance, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, is campaigning for NRM's Woman Member of Parliament candidate, Rose Kabajenyi, in Kisoro's challenging terrain. Baryomunsi has called for unity beyond ethnic and political divides, while NRM's Mobilization Director, Rosemary Seninde, encouraged residents to disregard rumors as residents vote in by-election slated for Thursday this week. Meanwhile, UPC candidate Mabel Hingabire and UPC President Jimmy Akena over the weekend toured the district, pledging road improvements and development. President Museveni is set to visit Kisoro on November the 12th. We have more in this story.
Kisoro District Woman Member of Parliament position campaigns is facing challenges due to the steep terrain, with vehicles unable to access some locations. At one point, Minister for Information Chris Baryomunsi and team went on foot together with the NRM flag bearer Rose Kabajenyi. The team visited Bukimbiri constituency, where NRM supporters waited along the roadside.
One of the things that we have found in Kisoro are the divisions amongst our people based on religious sentiments. So that is very unfortunate. So we hope that the people have listened to our voices, and we hope they have also appreciated and listened to the voice of the flag bearer whom they voted during the primary election.
The Minister for Information, Dr. Chris Baryomunsi, asked the people of Kisoro to put political differences aside and vote for the NRM flag bearer, Rose.
Gabanya urukiko Kampala mugende mwesimbe abantu bagera karoro umwe kora abasinge abasigara muhagire furaga beara bona bekiriza basaidi.
Kabajenyi, the director NRM Mobilization, Rosemary Seninde, urged Kisoro residents to avoid all internal conflicts and rumors on the president's visit to Kisoro.
On the 12th, which is Tuesday, we expect our president, who is also the chairman of NRM, to come and campaign with us to also solicit for votes for our NRM candidate. And we are very hopeful that when he comes, he will also probably change the mindset.
Local leaders in the district asserted that Kisoro is known as an NRM stronghold and that electing someone else could be difficult to explain to the president. UPC candidate Hingabire Mebo also toured various parts of the district alongside UPC President Jimmy Akena, calling on Kisoro residents to vote for Mebo as she promised to bring development and address the issue of poor roads.
You see, this by-election has created an issue in that the primaries in NRM, there's been clearly some signs of rigging. And it's something which did not go down well with someone like Philip Mateka and maybe many of the members of NRM. And in my case, our doors are always open for everybody who feels that they can maybe be recognized more or do better in a different setting. We are always going to be open and welcome them on board.
President Yoweri Museveni is expected to visit Kisoro on Tuesday, 12th November next week.
Now, with support from the Royal Dutch government, Uganda's Alphasan Uganda Limited has successfully adopted advanced technology for veterinary drug manufacturing. This technology, with support from Alphasan Netherlands BV, is now domesticated in Uganda, ready to boast local expertise.
In 2023, President Yoweri Museveni laid the foundation stone for Uganda's first veterinary drug manufacturing facility. Supported by the Royal Dutch government, Alphasan Uganda Limited is now set up to produce veterinary liquids, powders, acaricides, and vaccines, making it the only facility of its kind in Africa. The chairman of Alphasan Uganda Limited, Dr. Salim, emphasized the significance of this milestone.
Only in terms of a factor of this nature, but also research which is homegrown the results of the research which is homegrown from Makerere on vaccine. And the staff who are here, who are very technical. Now that you have been here and you have not seen a single foreigner over here. All the staff are Ugandans and we can achieve it. The factory is ready and it is beginning to produce animal drugs. That is liquids for livestock, powders, all powders for livestock, and vaccine, anti-tick vaccine, which the line is ready and they have started even the manufacture of that, and we hope that by next month they should go to the field.
The Managing Director, Dr. Stefan Birungi, noted that President Museveni encouraged Al-Fassan Uganda to collaborate with Makerere University for research and innovation, empowering Ugandan scientists to lead these advancements.
We are very happy that we are contributing to the technology where homegrown technology from Makerere is not just remaining on the shelf, but is going to be converted into a real product. This is going to be the first where a scientist innovates something from Makerere and it goes all the way to the shelf of Uganda through the partnership with us.
Dr. Birungi also highlighted that the facility is projected to create over 2,000 jobs for Ugandans and generate substantial revenue for the government.
And so that we shall impact 3 million families, farming families. And then we are going also to have 5 billion annually in taxes, pay, domestic taxes, all those, excise duty, all those will be money generated here.
The principal investigator of the Anti-Tick Vaccine Development Initiative at Makerere University, Professor Margaret Simon Kahwa, brings vast expertise in vaccine development, underscoring the project's focus on building local scientific capacity.
You are ready to go. You are ready now to produce it commercially. You can now sell it to other people, so that when we sell it to the communities or to Uganda, nobody will come around and say, no, you see, my animals was injected and it fell sick and it must be the vaccine. You see, because we shall have had evidence, we shall have done the trial, so that now, during that time, that's when now the Al-Fassan as the producer, now we're going to maybe some negotiations with the different partners, that includes the scientists, the government, and themselves, to say, okay, are we the one going to produce the product? And if so, what is the benefit to the different stakeholders?
Al-Fassan Uganda Limited aspires to become a premium manufacturer and distributor of veterinary pharmaceuticals and animal health products across Africa.
Now let's talk about aviation security, where Uganda Civil Aviation Authority has launched Entebbe Airport Safety Week, a dedicated initiative to promote a culture of safety among aviation stakeholders under the theme Safe Airports, Stronger Together. The week features a variety of activities, including safety talks, presentations and other engagements aimed at reinforcing safety awareness. The event was officially opened by UCAA Director General Fred Bamwesige, who highlighted the role of collaboration in achieving safety milestones at the airport. The facility's Deputy Director for Safety and Security, Engineer Ronnie Barongo, also emphasized the commitment to continuous improvement in airport safety measures. Take a watch.
Commitment to the cause and how it supports development of the aviation industry. I am therefore glad to know that the Entebbe International Airport has enjoyed a good safety record over the years. At the most recent international civil aviation audit conducted in Uganda in September last year is already a testament to that record, as the country scored an impressive 72.2%. Let me repeat this. The country did not only score 72.2%, but was scored above the averages of everything, including above global average.
This year also, ICAO is looking at the long-term a special aspirational goal of having net zero carbon emissions by the year 2050. This week is coming in timely because we are seeing convergence of safety with air navigation services, all aimed at streamlining our environment for sustainability of aviation within Uganda and also at a global scale.
And therefore, our important neighbors are here with us, and our inviting them is not a mistake. It was very intentional and is supposed to address this cohesion and development that is collaborative with the activities of an airport. We are also going to build emphasis and need for safety reporting and safety data sharing. We also want, at the end of the day, to come up with better measures to manage wildlife-related hazards. And this one, as you very well know, it also have a lot of linkage with the neighboring communities vis-a-vis the airport.
Landmark achievement because
We'll now take a short break and return with the latest in business. Do stay with us.
Uganda! This is it! Bring that fire like never before as Uganda Cranes takes on South Africa on 15th November at 4 p.m. Ewa Nambole! One more win! Gatugenda wa mo AFCON 2025! No panya, no calculator! Nkubidori, wacha wewe! Katugwe chicho, buy your ticket using Momo at only 25k for ordinary. Atema abakashi! Ordinary goes for 30k, 50k for VIP, and 150k for Mparendebedeba Platinum! Each ticket comes with a free train ride to Nampole. Get your tickets from MTN service centers at Chagwerodi, Zebra House, Crested Towers, and Clock Tower. To avoid delays, or simply scan the code on your smartphone for easy entry into the stadium. Why? Remember, no physical tickets will be issued or sold at Nampole. Proudly brought to you by MTN, the #1 supporter of Uganda's football. Together, we are unstoppable.
Uganda, are you ready to kick things up to the next level? The Uganda National Lottery brings you Sports Stake 10. Predict the results of 10 football games and win big. With tickets at only 500 shillings, join the fun and make your predictions count with Sports Stake 10. Sports Stake 10, your ticket to football glory.
Uganda National Lottery. Dream, play, win.
Participants must be 18 years or older. Play responsibly. The Uganda National Lottery is operated by Ituba Uganda and regulated by the National Lotteries and Gaming Regulatory Board.
The Ministry of Health informs the general public that there are some cases of Mpox detected in Uganda. The ministry, working with partners and affected district local governments, are doing their best to contain the situation. The signs and symptoms of Mpox are body rash, fever, general body weakness, headache, sore throat, nasal congestion or cough, and swollen lymph nodes. You can prevent yourself from getting infected with Mpox by avoiding close contact with people who have been confirmed to have Mpox or who have signs and symptoms of Mpox, avoiding touching or sharing personal items like beddings, eating utensils, phones, or other belongings of a person who has the signs and symptoms of Mpox. Avoiding contact, including eating with all wild animals, alive or dead, especially those known to carry the virus, such as rodents and monkeys, and those that appear sick or have been found dead. Getting vaccinated if you're among those who have been identified to be at high risk of Mpox infection. Mpox is treatable and usually goes away after 2 to 4 weeks. However, it can be severe, causing even death, especially among children, pregnant women, and those with other health conditions. For more information and support, contact your nearest health worker. Call the Ministry of Health's toll-free line on 0800 100 066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500.
In the heart of Uganda, a financial revolution is happening. We were once left out, saving the old-fashioned way, with an unexpected savings pot, keeping it too close for comfort. But now, we found a better way to save and manage money. Download the Wendy app from Google Play or App Store or dial *229#. With Wendy, your money is safe and you can earn interest daily. Visit your Google Play or App Store or dial *229# to register. Wendy, Wanawoli.
To be a winner, you must have the discipline of a tiger. But when you're with MTN Momo, winning is easy. Simply get your phone and use the Momo app or dial *165*3#, enter merchant code, enter amount, enter your Momo PIN, and pay. Congratulations! Your car is happy, and now you stand a chance to win mobile money with MTN Momo.
Tuliko Groundi, Blascon, paint and win. This year, Blascon paint and win. Tuliko Groundi. Chicho, buy paint worth 100K. Get a scratch card, SMS the code to 71197. Stand a chance to win instant airtime, 1 million shillings bully day day, or a share of a 3 million shillings jackpot each week. What do you want the brand new bodas, tuk-tuks, and so much more? Catch the paint and win action every Monday on Bukede One, NBS, and Sanyuka TV. Blascon, color your world.
Welcome back from that break, and this is Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma. Let's have a look at business news now. And agri-finance has unveiled an ambitious business plan for 2024 to 2028, targeting climate resilience and economic empowerment for Uganda's smallholder farmers and agri-businesses. In collaboration with key financial stakeholders, including the Bank of Uganda, Uganda Bankers Association, and Uganda Microfinance Regulatory Authority, ABI is spearheading the development of a robust environmental, social, and governance framework for financial institutions nationwide. We have more in this story.
Through this plan, agri-finance aims to support 83,000 smallholder farmers with a strong focus on underserved regions in northern and eastern Uganda.
And we do this through supporting them with lines of credit, which they actually use to lend to the smallholder farmers and agribusinesses. And we support them in access to finance for demographies that would otherwise not qualify due to lack of collateral through a guarantee scheme. And we also provide technical assistance to develop their capacities to better deploy the agribusiness financing to the smallholder farmers and agribusinesses.
Agri-finance is different. We started it 14 years ago. 14 years ago. It's more than any other development project, and it's still there today.
According to ABI's CEO, Mona Muguma Sebuliwa, at least 40% of beneficiaries will be women and another 40% youth, with refugees across prioritized.
Our issue right now is suitable partnerships, particularly people who can go to northern and eastern Uganda. We're looking for indigenous institutions within northern and eastern Uganda whose capacity we can build to serve, because it takes understanding the area intimately in order to serve the clientele there. So for us, really, it's partners to go to northern and eastern Uganda, to see the ones in northern and eastern Uganda be developed and grown to serve those regions. We also are looking for partners who are committed to serving underserved demographies, refugees, a commitment around reaching women, a commitment around youth.
To date, ABI has dispersed 30 billion Uganda shillings in green finance to 20 partner financial institutions supporting farmers in climate adaptation efforts.
It's really the structural impact. Again, sometimes when we do development projects, it's in like one location and we do something for some people. But I think with agri-finance, it's a tiny bit different. Like now, Mona gave some figures, but I've been looking into the history of this, and in the last 14 years, the figure is not 83,000 or 200,000 or 500,000. The real figure is actually 2 million borrowers who have benefited from the services of you and agri-finance.
By 2028, ABI aims to expand its green finance portfolio from 15% to 75%, aligning with Uganda's Vision 2040 for competitive and sustainable agriculture sector. Sandra Kahonde, Robert Katamba, UBC News.
Now, Uganda Manufacturers Association has launched the Western Region Trade Fair to boost regional chemists and enhance local products' presence on both national and international markets. The fair will last over 5 days under the theme Facilitating by Uganda, Build Uganda through Innovation and Value Addition. Uganda Manufacturers Association board member Eddie Senkuba calls upon potential exhibitors to participate in this milestone event. Take a watch.
I welcome you all today to this launch of the Western Region Trade Fair, which will take place from Tuesday 17th December to Monday 23rd December in Mbarara. This year's trade theme, Facilitating Bubu through Innovation and Value Addition, aims to highlight the role of science, technology and innovation to drive growth of locally made products. It aims to reflect our commitment to boosting regional commerce and preparing our local businesses to thrive both here and on the international stage. We've created a dynamic program that includes exhibitors, business to business, networking sessions, and even entertainment to celebrate our rich heritage. The WRTF is a flagship regional business development event, attracting over 300 manufacturers, traders, and distributors from diverse business sectors, and an average of 50,000 visitors from Barara, Shema, Ibanda, Ntungamo, Isingiro, Kiruhura, and surrounding areas. Today, it is a pleasure to stand here as we prepare to bring the Western Region Trade Fair back to life, stronger and more impactful than ever since our last trade fair in 2018. We have all missed this incredible event, one that had become a vital part of Western Uganda's business and cultural landscape. Today, we launched the return of the Western Region Trade Fair, a celebration of resilience, innovation, and partnership. The Western Region Trade Fair is not just an event, it's a gathering of minds and ideas where enterprises of every size come to showcase their products, share innovations, and forge new connections. From emerging startups to well-established brands, from local artisans to leading agricultural innovators, the Western Region Trade Fair is the marketplace for all. We've tailored this fair to meet the needs of today's
Business news. And government through the Ministry of Education and Sports has warned schools still indulging in the use of corporal punishment to stop henceforth, saying they trigger harmful mental and psychological response to students. The ministry is now advising them to adopt to the use of alternative friendly methods which focus on correcting rather than inflicting pain.
It is a school day at Woblenzi High School. Inside this classroom is an ordinary day. The practical interactive lessons show a safe learning environment. But one instance will disrupt the learning process: corporal punishment. Teachers used corporal punishment as a primary method of instilling discipline in learners in schools, but it has negative impacts on children's learning.
Some of the methods were not good, like caning. Seriously, it just puts the child more on tension than attention. So if a person is just caned instead of being explained to what they're supposed to do, that changes nothing. We will discipline them according to the school rules and regulations, and we found out that, in fact, we didn't know that some of them were harmful, much as it was the only way that would assist us discipline them or do according to what we wanted them to do.
These positive changes align with the government's stance. Article 94, Clause 9 of the Children's Act of 2003 emphasizes that corporal punishment violates students' rights. Thus, no child shall be subjected to corporal punishment.
As a ministry, we are totally against corporal punishments or violence against children. That's why we issued those circulars or those instructions. any school still abetting or encouraging or practicing violence against children or corporal punishment, because the two go hand in hand, is a violation of the children's rights. And therefore that one is a criminal offense.
Raising Voices, a non-governmental child activist organization, developed a Good School Toolkit, which provides for alternative ways of managing students' behavior without negatively impacting on their physical and mental well-being.
So what the toolkit does is it helps to change the operational culture of schools. Like we said earlier, we have workshops in there, we have activities, we have reflective processes, we have materials that when teachers, administrators, learners, and parents engage with, they start to reflect about their own behavior in the school.
And by the way, even before you come to the punishments, you need to talk to these learners, guide them, counsel them. And when you do, you may not need even to punish, because they will get to know what they are supposed to do in that space of the school environment.
The toolkit has helped teachers appreciate the strength in creating a safe space that promotes both learning and respect.
It is where we have the discipline box. It is put in every class around our school. Whenever there is any indiscipline or someone who's proving to be stubborn, his name will always appear in that small box. And when it appears, that box is put on Monday by the class monitor or class leader. And then on Friday, we open it to see who has surfaced in the box. For us, it has done us good, because when someone is called like twice, we don't beat, but we talk to that person.
I may feel that raising voice needed to bring a better relationship, filled up the gap which was there before. A teacher before was Mr. Steve or Madam Steve, but currently I might say a teacher is a person of consultation, going in for help, seeking for assistance.
However, some teachers are concerned about the effectiveness of alternative methods in addressing serious student infractions. Transitioning from traditional discipline methods can be challenging, although some believe that corporal punishment is still inevitable.
Because some of them will say, for us, we were taught the hard way. You cannot spare the rod, you will spare the child.
Because that child knows, what are you going to do after all? Are you going to beat me? So I say as if that one, we are going off the track.
And we are telling teachers that they should help learners understand that there are consequences for what? For misbehavior. The only difference is we want them to understand that you can actually discipline this child without causing harm on the child. And so we are advocating for positive discipline. The only challenge we find is that most teachers, because of the way we have been socialized, they don't think or they don't believe that there can be any other alternative outside corporal punishment. So even when you give them the alternatives, they are very reluctant to try, and they also don't believe. So when you don't believe in something, it cannot work.
A violent-free child is everyone's responsibility. Mary Namkose, UBC News.
Welcome back, and moving further afield, we go to the U.S., where the incoming administration of U.S. President-elect Donald Trump begins to take shape. Questions about how he'll implement his campaign promises, or even whether he'll seek retribution against his adversaries, are on the minds of many Americans. Democrats, meanwhile, are reflecting on their White House loss, as we hear in this story.
Believe that even those Americans who didn't vote for the former president will see their lives improve.
I think a lot of people across the country, even who have bought into, I think, some false narratives about Donald Trump, are going to be pleasantly surprised as to finding more money in their paycheck, prices coming down in the country, a secure border.
With the selection of Susie Wiles as Trump's chief of staff, the president-elect's administration is already taking shape. The former president took to his Truth social media platform Saturday to make clear, however, that neither former U.S. ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, nor Trump's former Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, will be invited to join his cabinet this time around. Meanwhile, questions have been raised about whether Trump will act on promises he's made to seek revenge against his political enemies and those who have pursued legal cases against him.
I'm going to tell you what Donald Trump has said on this time and again. Success will be our retribution. Success will be our vengeance.
While I concede for those who supported the Democratic presidential campaign of Vice President Kamala Harris, this is a time of reflection.
The working class of this country is angry, and they have a reason to be angry. We are living in an economy today, Donna, where the people on top are doing phenomenally well, while 60% of our people are living paycheck to paycheck.
While praising the Biden administration's achievements, Senator Sanders said there's more work to be done.
We need an agenda that says to the working class, we're going to take on these powerful special interests and create an economy and a government that works for you. And by the way, that can't happen unless you get big money out of politics.
U.S. President Joe Biden has promised there will be a peaceful transfer of power on January 20th. Biden called Trump to congratulate him after his election win, and the two are scheduled to meet in person Wednesday at the White House. Verónica Valderas Iglesias, VOA News, Washington.
And that story brings us to the end of this edition of Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. Thank you so much for having kept us company. I am Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed afternoon. But up next here on UBC TV is your sports program, The Score with Ruben Impima Kibirango. Enjoy the show and good afternoon.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.